Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my friend to you, the co-owner of Château Doisy Daëne and the son of the Denis Dubourdieu. My friend, Jean Jacques.
Hello, Roy. Thank you. Thank you very much for hosting me in Hong Kong and organize this nice event. I'm always very happy to come to Hong Kong because it's a very nice city, first of all, a lot of energy always. And for our wines, I meet every time more people who loves our job and all that we try to do every vintage around our estate.
How do you feel the Hong Kong drinker, the wine lover?
Actually, I'm always very impressed by the level of knowledge that I met in Hong Kong because more and more people know our wine, but not only one wine, all our estates, all the different vintage, our style, the history of my family, of my father. Some people asked me last 2 days during the fair to send him a book of my father. I mean, more and more people is knowing our history, and it's always a pleasure to give more information and to meet more people here.
Then, how was the harvest of 2012? Is it good?
Harvest, it's difficult to answer in one sentence, but first of all, harvest 2012 were good because we meet each other exactly during the harvest, if you remember well. And it was, I mean, a nice chance. But yes, to be more precise on the question, 2012 is first of all a very small vintage in terms of volume. I mean, very small production. We produce, we miss in Bordeaux something like 10 million of hectoliters. The average production of Bordeaux is around 50 million hectoliters, and we produce around 40. That's why we are missing around 30% of the production. Definitely in white it will be a good vintage. In red as well, even if it's this vintage will be the vintage of the wine grower. I mean, the vintage for people who make big efforts into the vineyard, because the weather was less easy than in 2010 and even in 2009. And we did to take care a lot of the vineyards. That's why it's very difficult to say 2012 will be good or bad. It will depend on the winery, and all the buyer will have to taste every different wine from every different winery to get a real point of view.
So, what is your favorite vintage of the Château Doisy Daëne, the sweet wine?
I'm very proud of the 2009 vintage, of course, because I arrived in the company in 2006, and I can say that the 29. I mean, I participate deeply in this vintage, and we are very lucky because even my grandfather, who is now retired, told us, you know, a vintage like that, you will only have one in your career. And I have to say that Doisy Daëne in 2009 is a big success because we succeeded in making a wine in the meantime with a very nice concentration, but with a very good balance with acidity, low pH. 29 in Doisy Daëne will age, I mean, for years, even if you can, many people is opening bottles now because it's really ready. But the Doisy 09 has 50 years old aging potential without any problem. And unfortunately, we sold all Doisy Daëne 09 en primeur, and we are kind of sold out now. The first bottle you can find in the shop, you have to buy it because you don't know if you will have the chance to get another one.
So I love your Château Doisy Daëne sweet wine and that one, the excellent one, extravagant. So how's your feel in global market with your sweet wine?
Actually, the sweet wine market is a very different market from red. People who drink sweet wine are not drinking 12 or 50 bottles of sweet wine. That's why the pace of consumption of sweet wine is smaller, and that's why we need to have a lot of consumer everywhere in the world, because people is drinking less sweet wine, which is normal. Even if we are selling more and more sweet wine, especially in China and in Hong Kong precisely. Actually, for the moment, France stays a big market of sweet wine, and just behind, United Kingdom and United States are very strong. But I was very impressed during the fair in Hong Kong these days, because a lot of people ask me for sweet wine, for Doisy Daëne as well, but I feel a very good tendency and a strong interest around sweet wine, around the process, because it's kind of difficult to make sweet wine. There is a very risky process, small quantities, and there is a very interesting message to communicate around. I want to thank you about the very nice dinner that you organized in a very few time. I mean, you are a very bright and efficient guy, because you did a big work in very few times. I was very impressed. I'm very happy to share our wine and the perfect food pairing that you try to organize, and I'm sure it will be perfect. I'm very happy to share some bottles of Extravagant at the end that I bring for you, and I hope we're gonna have a great time.
So, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. JJ.